Hi, my name's Kellie Turtle, and I want to thank Steve for inviting me to take part in the mini-testimony project. He's given me 3 questions. The first one is, when did I come to faith? And that would be almost from the very beginning. I'm almost a cradle Christian, but not quite. When I was tiny, my mum was a young mum in a new community, and so she went to the local parent and toddler group in the local church, which was a Church of Ireland church, and I grew up in that, and became a Christian in the Church of Ireland, and still have very much a lot of love for the Church of Ireland at the heart of my faith liturgy and practice. So that was throughout my childhood, but I would say for the first 25 years of my life, I continuously was coming to faith in new ways, becoming involved in new faith communities through friends that I met as I got older, through organisations like Youth for Christ, becoming involved in local mission work. And for a long time, the church was my life. My entire life was based around the church, not just my home church that I grew up in, but this wider sense of Christian community that I had become involved in. I became involved in faith in a very charismatic way, and was just deeply involved in all of the energy around events like Summer Madness, going to Manifest every month, and as I say, Summer Serve, mission teams, and all of that. So what has changed since then? I'd need longer than 3 to 4 minutes really to answer that one, to be quite honest. A lot has changed. Everything changed. I would say from my mid-20s, I started to really reevaluate how my faith and my understanding of the Christian faith, how that fit in the real world. A few key things for me were beginning to learn a lot about inequality and social justice. And while there's a really rich tradition of social justice theology within the Christian tradition, that wasn't what I was experiencing here in Northern Ireland to any great degree. So that was part of it, but there were a lot of internal things that changed for me as well when I looked at the Christian communities I was involved in, and I started to experience some difficult relationships and kind of toxic environments, shall we say, and some behaviour that's just not really, wouldn't really be what you might call Christ-like. When it came to including versus excluding people, and just along the way of that journey, just my whole kind of the strength with which I held on to the things I said I believed in started to weaken, and I loosened my grip on that. And I felt at times like this was a necessary step if I really wanted to go out into the real world, engage with inequality, engage with people who were marginalised, engage with people who the church said were not welcome unless they changed. There was just a point in my 20s where I felt like I needed to set aside all of the beliefs that I had grown up with, and go and find something new. So the last question is, what gives me hope? So I've essentially been kind of living totally outside of a faith community for the last 10 years. In a lot of ways that has meant that my own faith practice has stopped or changed. It's changed. It doesn't look like it used to. It might not even be recognisable as Christian to most people. But I'm finding myself increasingly wanting to reconnect with some of the parts that I've lost that I really do want to get back. And the biggest thing that gives me hope as I embark on that part of my journey is that there are so many people who have gone on the same journey as me, but they did it from within the church. They didn't step away in order to do that. And it feels like coming back to something wonderfully familiar, but yet everyone has moved on in similar ways together. So I feel this real sense of being able to connect with people that I had no idea we're on the same page as me. It's a bit it's maybe a bit like if you've got family that live scattered around the world and you maybe haven't seen your cousins in, 10 years, and then when you all get together at a family event, you realize that a lot of stuff that you were learning about the world, a lot of ways that you were processing things was actually really similar, because you've got this kind of this bond that and this particular way of looking at the world that kept you on the same path. So that I really am enjoying that right now, and Harbour Faith Community is somewhere where that's really been happening for me. So I'm very appreciative of it. Bye.